Welcome to the Quiet Your Inner Mean Girl podcast, a place for you to find the courage you need to take the first step and every step thereafter to create the habits, the confidence, and the life that you love. I'm your host, health and life coach, Abby Hegney. Let's dive in. Hello, friends. Welcome back to episode 15. Where today we are going to talk about what to do when you feel frustrated. The irony of this podcast is that I found myself feeling really frustrated as I sat down to do this recording, which I actually kind of love in hindsight, of course, because it's proof that none of us are immune to frustration. I also love that I get to walk you through frustration with a fresh perspective because I've just gone through it myself. In full transparency, I'm recording this episode a day later than I had planned because of how frustrated I felt. But I'm here and I'm doing it. I'm moving through it and I'm moving forward. And that is really the key to handling frustration. It's really the key to your entire journey, to any goal that you set for yourself, whether you are working to create new habits, build your confidence, have more patience, or feel more balanced and in control of your life. The key is to reconnect with what you want and to keep yourself moving forward. If that is your focus, you will reach your goals. It's inevitable. You won't let frustration stop you. You won't let your inner mean girl bring you down. You won't stop until you get there. The problem is, most of us don't give ourselves that opportunity. We let frustration bring us down. We let our inner mean girl get loud. We give up. And yet, frustration is a part of the process. As much as we want to avoid it, we can't. And the more we try to resist it when it shows up, the harder it feels. The more it brings us down. The quicker we are to give up. As I was sitting at my desk yesterday, feeling frustrated that I couldn't find the words I wanted to bring you today for this podcast, I could feel myself pushing harder against the frustration, trying to force myself to find the words and for it to all come together. And the more I tried to force it, the more frustrated I felt. And what's really interesting with frustration, and I want you to think about how this shows up for you, is that frustration is really internal conflict. It feels like you are in the middle of an internal game of tug of war. On one side, you have what it is that you want, your desire to bring a vision you have to life. That side is fueled by motivation and possibility. And on the other side is your inner mean girl, spiraling in doubt, confusion, and overwhelm. When we set a goal for ourselves, we are filled with possibility. We know what we want and we can envision what our lives will be like when we finally create it. We're motivated to get started. And as we take that first step or two, we're energized for what's to come. Think about that. Think about the last time you set a goal for yourself, how much you wanted it, how much you could envision what was possible, how much you were fueled by motivation. But what happens is, as we go about our journey, life starts to life and challenges pop up and frustration creeps in. We start to think, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. We start to believe things like, it shouldn't be happening. This should be easier. This isn't the way it was supposed to be. We let our inner mean girl convince us that we messed up, that it's not working, that it's taking too long, or we are doing it wrong. Maybe you even start to think, I knew I couldn't do it. I can never stick with anything. Or how about, here we go again? It starts to feel really hard. And with every doubt you have, frustration builds. And as frustration builds, your inner mean girl gets louder. Your energy and motivation starts to dwindle. Not because you can't do it or because you don't want to. You want it so bad, but because your inner mean girl is winning and frustration is pulling you further and further from that possibility. This is what happens when we try to avoid or resist frustration. It's too strong. It's too heavy. We can't win against frustration when we are trying to swim against it. Every time frustration pops up, it's an opportunity to engage with it and to fall victim to the stories of your inner mean girl, or it's an opportunity to reconnect with the possibility of what you want to create. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it a little bit differently because I think this is really, really important. If you take anything away from this episode, this is what I want you to take with you. Every time you feel frustrated, it's an opportunity for you to engage with your inner mean girl and fuel that frustration, or it's an opportunity for you to reconnect to what you want and fuel yourself with possibility. Week after week, I help my clients inside Confident Mind and Body quiet their inner mean girl and do just this. Reconnect with what they want and why they want it. I help them remember the energy and the motivation they felt when they believed that it was possible. Because that is where they started. When they first booked a call with me, they started with the possibility that what they wanted could be theirs. And when they joined Confident Mind and Body, they did that from the belief that I'm going to create the thing that I want. That was inside of them. Possibility fuels your journey. It's what motivates you to get started. It's also what will reconnect you to your goals when you are feeling frustrated. Think about how differently you show up for something when you think, I can do this, I want this, or I'm going to figure this out, versus how you show up when you are telling yourself, it's not working, it shouldn't be this way, this is too hard. The problem is not that you can't do it. The problem is that you're falling victim to the stories of your inner mean girl and the frustration that you feel. But if you allow yourself to meet the frustration you feel with compassion, knowing that frustration is a part of your journey, you won't fuel the frustration. Instead, you'll meet it with acceptance. You'll allow it to be a part of the process, and you'll allow yourself to move through it and keep yourself moving closer to where you want to be. And listen, this can be applied to any area of your life, not just your goals. If you are feeling frustrated because your kids aren't listening, as I was last weekend, my daughter, who decided to completely turn off her listening ears, you can engage with the frustration, which, if you're anything like me, typically means you end up yelling at your kids, which then only fuels more frustration. So you can engage with the frustration, or you can meet that frustration with compassion. Understanding that, of course, you feel frustrated. They aren't listening. And this compassion that you allow yourself to have, this acceptance that you give yourself in that moment, gives you the opportunity to reconnect with how you want to handle that situation. Yesterday, when I was sitting at my desk, frustrated that I could not bring the words together for this podcast, I caught myself in the resistance. I felt the frustration build as I spiraled in thinking, I don't know what I want to say. I don't know how to say it. I should be able to just record this. It's not working. It's not happening. I felt that frustration. I felt it build. I felt it get stronger. And in that moment, I chose to meet it with compassion. I allowed myself to normalize it, to not make it a problem or force myself through it. I just allowed it to be there. I allowed myself to feel frustrated. I got up from my desk, I took a breather, and I took the kids out for a bike ride. And on that bike ride, the words started to come to me. I felt the energy, the motivation, the possibility coming back. I felt reconnected. And when I sat down today for this recording, the words started to flow. This is what happens when we stop trying to avoid or resist frustration. All of the frustrations that you have felt, all of the things that you have tried that haven't worked, all of the times that you have given up in the past have led you here. They have paved the way. They showed you what didn't work. And you can take those frustrations and continue to spiral in them and continue to believe that you're not the kind of person who can show up consistently, who can create change, who can do the thing that you want to do. You can continue to believe that, or you can quiet your inner mean girl and discover what does work. It's time to discover what works. You already know what doesn't work. It's time to do it differently. It's time to create the habits, the confidence, and the life that you want. So the next time frustration creeps in, meet it with compassion. Remind yourself that it's a part of the process. Normalize it. Allow yourself to feel frustrated and to not make it a problem. Take a moment to reconnect with why you are here, with what it is that you want and what you deserve. Keep your feet and your face pointed in the direction of your goals. And with that, your goals are inevitable. You will get there. You won't let frustration stop you. But you've got to meet it with compassion and not resistance. All right, my friends, that is how you navigate frustration. And listen, if you are feeling frustrated with where you are right now, if you know that you could feel better, that you could feel healthier and more confident and less stressed, and you have not yet joined Confident Mind and Body, I invite you to schedule a free consultation to step yourself back into possibility. During our consultation call, which is about an hour long, we explore what's happening right now and where you want to go. And within that hour, I will be able to tell you exactly what's been holding you back, the barriers that have come up for you, the reason that you have felt stuck or have given up, and I will walk you through the steps that you need to take that will help you to quiet your inner mean girl and create the habits, the confidence, and the life that you want. And then if you decide that this is what you want and you want to work together, we'll discuss what it's like to join Confident Mind and Body and how you can do that. So my friends, schedule a free consultation call. I cannot wait for you to take this first step in creating the habits, the confidence, and the life that you want. All right, my friends, I will be back here next week. you are ready to quiet your inner mean girl, I invite you to join me inside Confident Mind and Body, my private coaching program, where you will learn to quiet your inner mean girl and create the habits, the confidence, and the life that you love. Just visit wellnesswithabbyh.com and schedule a free consultation.